Howdy guys, what's up? Chris Zoupa here. I was feeling kind of sassy after I saw Megadeth in Bodum a couple of nights ago, and I thought, someone has been harassing me, you know who you are, Idan or something. One of you has been harassing me to do Poison Was the Cure for so long, and I got so pumped after seeing it live, I went back the next day, learned the whole thing and thought, what a delightful idea for a lesson. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the solo from Poison Was the Cure by Megadeth. Alright, let's take a look at the first section. I want to start off with a bend on 7th fret of the 3rd string. I'm going to go up, and then down, and then back up again, all in one pick. At the end of that, I'm going to jump back into 7 again, but this is going to go up and back, and this time, I'm going to pull off to 5 of the 3rd string. So we're going to go all together. After that, I'm jumping to sort of a Do-Re-Mi note on 7th fret of the 2nd string. I'm doing a semitone bend, so all together. After that, I'm working down sort of an A minor pentatonic with a couple of accidentals. So I'm going to be playing 5 of the 1st string, then pulling off 8 to 5 on the 2nd string. And then when I get to the 3rd string, I'm going to pull off 8, 7, 5 on the 3rd. So all together. So all together thus far, this is what we should have. And then in traditional Marty fashion, we're going to work in with the bend from an accidental. I'm going to start from 6 of the 3rd string and just bend it a semitone. By itself, sounds pretty yuck, but he had a habit of managing to make those gross notes work. So let's try it from that pentatonic into that bent in accidental. Hopefully that's making sense, and then I want to work into this. Let's slow that down. I'm playing 7 of the 3rd, then pulling off to 5, and then hammering back to 7. At the end of that, I jump to 5 of the 2nd string. Then after that, I want to do a pull off from 7 to 5 on the 3rd and jump to 7 of the 4th. So all together. At the end of that, there's only 2 more notes in this section. I want to play 5 to 4 on the 3rd string and give that 4 some sexy vibrato. So, that's pretty much the whole section. Let's try it from the start, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright guys, let's have a look at the second section. This starts off with a pretty sexy C major 7 arpeggio across 3 octaves. So what I want to do for the first octave, I'm going to hammer 7 to 8 on the 6th string, and then I'm going to pick 7 to 10 on the 5th. And all 3 octaves of that are going to start with a hammer and then 2 picks. So the first octave, 7, 8 on the 6th is a hammer, 7 to 10 on the 5th. The next octave would go 9 to 10 on the 4th as a hammer, and then 9 to 12 on the 3rd, both picked. Then the 3rd octave goes 12 to 13 on the 2nd string as a hammer, and then I'm playing 12 to 15 as 2 pick notes on the 1st string. One more time, hammer, pick, pick, hammer, pick, pick, hammer, pick, pick. At the end of that last octave, I want to just reverse that last arpeggio, so I'm going to hit 15 again, and then pluck 12, and then I'm going to play 13 to 12 on the 2nd. Hopefully that's making sense. The next phrase is a little bit tricky. It's not ridiculously hard to play, it's just a bit confusing on the emphasis, and some of the notes sound a bit strange when you play it slowly. But I assure you, it's what he's doing. I want to do a pull off from 15 to 12 on the 1st string, and then I'm going to play 13 to 15 both picked on the 2nd string, and then I want to play 12, 13 on the 1st. So it'll go, at the end of that, I'm doing a pull off on 15 to 12 on the 2nd string. So that whole phrase, when it just started to get a little bit kooky, Hopefully that's making sense. At the end of that, I'm doing a bend on 15 of the first string. And then once I've bent to the top of that, a full tone, I'm going to hit 15 of the second, which is also going to be sort of bent out of the way from that initial bend you had. So you almost want to catch the second string at the top of a full tone bend, if that kind of makes sense. Yes, it should. Anyway, let's take it from the start of the section thus far, and then we'll add the second half with that sexy arpeggio as well. The next bit works into this. Alright, so what I've got here is a bit of, what is this, a D minor arpeggio into a couple of different inversions and shapes of that. So the start of that was a hammer-on going 13, 17, 13 on the first string. And then I'm going to play 15 of the second and 14 of the third. At the end of that 14, I slide to 10. Okay, then after that I'm going to work into a bit of a string skipped arpeggio. So we've got, after I've slid back from 14 to 10, I want to play 12 of the fourth string, and then I'm going to play 10, 14 on the third, and then I'm going to jump to the first string, so that's where the string skip is. I'm going to play 10, 13, 10 on the first string, and then just reverse back down the arpeggio, so it'll go, then 14, 10 on the third, and then I'm going to play 12 of the fourth. So altogether, hopefully that's making sense, and then I go, slide all the way, let's say roughly from 13, I want to slide from 13 to 20, to 22, sorry, so it'll go, after that I'm working down another D minor arpeggio, so I'm going to play 17 of the first, 18 of the second, 19 of the third. Okay, then I continue that arpeggio down, I'm going to play a pull off from that 19 to 14, and then I'm going to hit 15 of the fourth, 17 of the fifth, so at the end of that, I'm going to be playing 14 to 12 on the third string and ending on some sexy vibrato. So let's try just the arpeggio and then we'll take it back to the start of the section. Alright, let's go back to the start now with that major 7. We'll put it all together and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright, everybody's favourite part, the sexy fast pentatonics. I want to start from an A minor pentatonic on a very high octave. I'm playing 20 to 17 on the first string. I want to pluck all of these notes in a very Zakk Wylde fashion. I'm going to play 20 to 17 on the first string and the second, and then I'm going to play 19 to 17 on the third. And I want to do those 6 notes twice. On the third group of that, I'm just going to be playing the first 4, which is the first and the second string, which was just 20, 17 on the first and the second string. So the way I think of this first bar is 2 groups of 6 and a group of 4. Now the next bar that I do, I want to play one of the groups of 6 and then the group of 4. At the end of that, we've got a big bend. It's from 20 on the original recording. He bends it up a tone and a half. If you don't have super light gauge strings, I also don't have super light gauge strings, you can get away with doing a full tone bend from 22. But if you can do that double tone bend from 20. But for today, like us mere mortals, let's take it from 22. So let's have a look at what we've got thus far from the start. Hopefully that's making sense. Then I want to start this other weird kind of arpeggio into a strange pentatonic. So let's take that slowly. I want to start with my pinky on the 10th fret. Probably slid in. I think it has a nice kind of entry if you slide into it. I want to play 10 of the 6th string. Then I'm doing a hammer on from 7 to 8 on the 5th. And then I'm going to play 7, 9, 10 on the 4th. Okay, after that I'm jumping to 9 of the 3rd string, and then I'm going to play 10, 9, 8 on the 2nd string. So all together. Hopefully that's making sense, and then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. So I kind of want to work through this first little chunk in 2 groups of 4. I'm going to play 7, 6, 5 on the 2nd string and jump to 7 of the 3rd. And then I'm going to play 6, 5 on the 2nd string and then 7, 6 on the 3rd. So back to back, nice and slow. Okay, hopefully that's making sense. And then I want to slide from 5 to 4 on the 3rd, and then I jump to 7 of the 4. So it goes. At the end of that, I want to play 4, and then pull off from 5 to 4. So it'll go all together from this little chunk, and then we'll try it from the start. Okay, and that'll lead us into the 4th section. Let's take it from the pentatonics at the start relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, last section. So just keep in mind we've come from, and I want to start this next section with a sexy vibrato from 7 of the 4th string. At the end of that, I'm going to jump to 5 of the 1st string and work down just a straight A minor blues pentatonic, and then end on 7 of the 4th. So we'll go through those notes anyway. I want to play 5 of the 1st string, pull off 8 to 5 on the 2nd, then I'm going to roll down with that cheeky blue note accidental on the 3rd, 8, 7, 5 on the 3rd, and then jump to 7 of the 4th, and another vibrato there. So this is what we should have thus far. Okay, then we want to repeat that blues pentatonic up to the 3rd string, but I'm going to finish on 7. So I'm going to go. Now, there's no way for me to figure out how to do this position shift, so bear with me. The notes are correct. I'm not 100% sure if Marty plays it exactly this way. He might have done something interesting on the album that he doesn't do live, but I'll show you the album version. So we're going to end on the 3rd string. At the end of that, I'm doing a hammer on from 10 to 13, back to 10, as a pull off on the 2nd string, and then I work into this kind of weird, I think I saw something similar to this in Hangar 18. Might be some sort of weird major arpeggio, possibly something dominant 7th, I'm not sure. I want to do a hammer on from 12 to 14 on the 3rd, and then I play 13 of the 2nd string, and then I want to do a hammer from 10 to 15, then pull off back to 10 on the 1st. And then we're going to reverse back down that arpeggio, so I'm going to go. So I'm going to go after that pull off 15, back to 10, then 13 of the 2nd, then I'm going to pull off 14 to 12, but I'm actually going to work that forwards again to a very similar arpeggio shape, but this time instead of hitting 10 on the way back up, I'm going to hit 12. So I'll play them back to back. So all that's happening that time is that the point is coming across from 10 to 15, from 12 to 15, and instead of reversing back down that arpeggio, I'm just going to end on the pull off from that 12. So all together. Okay, let's try the whole thing from the start thus far, and then we'll add the end bit to it. Okay, and there's only one more little chunk here. I'm going to do a 22 bend. I dare say he might be doing another full tone, a double full tone from 20 again, but for us mere mortals, we'll go from 22 of the 1st string, full tone bend, and then at the end of that I'm doing a pull off from 20 to 17 on the 1st, and then delicious vibrato bend from 20 of the 2nd string. Really give it your inner Zach Wild when you're done there, just for added sexiness. So that's the whole 4th section. Let's try and put it together at a gentleman's pace, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time, some tabs. And that was Marty's erotic solo from Poison Was the Cure by Megadeth. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all very soon.